With the short sale process, what we wanted to do is inform both the buyer and the seller about what they can expect when they're going through the escrow part of it. You know, the offer's been accepted, and now what are the things that they need to, you know, what pops up in escrow? I mean, I know.
A lot of things right now. So first we had the easy short sales where people just were kind of, you know, getting out quickly. And now we have things that have affected the market, mostly judgments or like HOA delinquencies, things that pop up that haven't in the past because it was so new before. So now that we've had length of time, people staying in their houses longer than they ever have, you know, 1, 2, almost 3 years without making a payment. So we have people that are forgetting or just not paying their HOA dues, you know, that's a big one right now. Or they had a crummy credit early on, and so they've had judgments filed against them because they're tending, because of job losses, to not pay other bills. So we have a lot of files like that right now. And then time frames, of course. We have a lot of buyers that don't stay in the escrow as long as they need to in order for us to close it. They're making several offers on several different properties, and one may come through before ours does.
Right.
And so they'll bail out of ours so that they can purchase the other, or something better in their mind will come along, and they think they're going to get that one instead, so they'll bail on ours.
When the first offer gets, you know, turned down, or the bank has lost all their paperwork and they have to resubmit that.
Yeah, it's discouraging.
Enormous
It's very discouraging.
pile.
I want to tell them, don't get discouraged. Every single time you're asked for an updated bank statement and an updated pay stub, just provide it, know that you're moving forward, and hang in there, because they tend to get worn down. You know, you have to do the tasks assigned timely, and if a seller is given a task to do, they need to make the call, especially with HOFA. You know, they have the seller task with HOFA now to accept or decline, which adds extra time on to the short sale process. They need to get on it right away and make the call, not, you know, hem-haw around and think that they have X number of days. They really don't. Right. The faster each task is made, I can't stress that enough, the faster the short sale will get approved and the less likely that their buyer will walk. If a seller of a home is not keeping their HOAs current, the deficiency or the delinquency is not being able to be paid by the buyer. Buyer can pay anything else if they're an FHA buyer, but they cannot cover any HOA delinquencies.
Correct.
If you're paying your HOA dues on a monthly basis, you know, if you have a condo and it's $280 a month, it's affordable now. But if you didn't pay for 10 months, $2,800 plus all the delinquencies is not affordable to somebody that's already in financial trouble.
Correct. And what you had mentioned that the HOAs now are going after people for deficiency on non-payment. So if you're not successful in a short pay and the house does go to foreclosure, then you can have that judgment placed on you by your homeowners association. And I know judgments are good for 10 years and they're renewable twice. So you've got 20 years.
Yeah, and chances are, if you're a short sale seller now, you're going to be a buyer again in the future, in most cases, and that's going to come back to haunt you. So even if they renew it once, you're going to ultimately pay that piper, but now you have all the interest. So again, if you can afford it, keep it current. Once a judgment is filed, it will follow you around. It goes against your name personally. So you go to buy a car, it's going to affect your credit. So your credit recovery period is going to be worse. You know, it's not going to be as fast as it was if you kept your HOA dues current. And a lot of sellers, I think, say they want to do a short sale, but then, like we talked about a little bit ago, they're kind of embarrassed. They're not really sure how they feel. Get over that. You know, just move forward. Right. I know it's a hard thing to do, but they just need to keep moving forward.
Are you seeing many of these short sales, they're going along smoothly and then whammo, it gets foreclosed on?
This year has taken a toll. I probably canceled out maybe 10. I've lost 10, but I've seen an enormous amount of things. I've seen a property that actually went to foreclosure, and it was a high-end property, and it was a true hardship. The gentleman had bladder cancer, so the agent actually had fought with the bank and told them this was a true hardship. I can't believe you've done this, and they reversed the foreclosure so that we could do our short sale. Wow! So I mean, there's a multitude of things that happen in the market, and as long as you're a diligent agent and you're on it, I think that there's a remedy for everything. But I think it's communication. The key is communication, whether it be with you and the bank or the buyers and the sellers. That'll make it happen.
transactions have you worked with lately where people a couple years ago had done short pays are now back in the market buying because they've recovered financially?
I proudly say I've had two.
Nice.
It was at about the 2-year mark. So credit recovery is better than we thought it was going to be. When you were a short sale seller and you've got your paid as agreed, you know, based on the short sale approvals that are issued, they take away some of the lates off your credit report, makes you back in the buying market within about a 2-year period.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I can't agree more. I mean, you're getting, we're in a depressed market, so to speak, so they're getting a pretty good deal and a good price on the new purchase of their new home within a 2-year period.
Right now there's over 11 million people in the country upside down on mortgages. As a seller, once you've talked to your accountant, once you've talked to an attorney, and you've determined, yes, this is the right thing for me to do, I'm done, I need to start moving forward, assess your financial situation. If you are to the point where you are burning through money you really don't have, you really need to slow down and examine your situation and not judge yourself for where you're at. You had no control over the economy, you have no control over your job being cut or your hours being cut. There's so many factors going on that you don't have control over. The only thing you have control over is how are you going to handle your life right now in a manner that's best for you. So what we're trying to do is help people get back on their feet financially, rebuild their lives, and move along in a positive, productive way.